All right, everybody. Well, welcome back to our talk show, and I'm your co-host, Stephen Norris of Keller Williams, and as always, my co-host, Michael Dodd, Megastar Financial. And this is a take four for us. So you know what? We're just gonna hop right into it, guys. Today, one of the most important questions that we get from all of our clients across the country is very simply, what happens to my credit when I'm applying for a loan? What affects it? How do I kind of go about preparing myself for that? So, with that being said, Michael down here is actually the expert on that topic. So with that being said, Michael, when you get a phone call, someone asks you that question, how does applying for a home loan affect my credit score? How does that conversation go?
You know what? I let them know that most of the time, that anytime they're applying for something, it definitely could affect their credit, right? And my next question to them usually is have they, talked to some other lending institution to where their credit was pulled? Just to kind of see maybe when it was pulled. We're told that you have a 30-day period, Stephen, to go ahead and pull your credit and shop for some certain things that are some big buy items that you might have in your life. And those three items are your car, shopping for an auto loan, looking for life insurance, and buying a home. So those are things that in a 30-day period, we're told that you can go out and have your credit pulled several different times and it shouldn't affect your credit. And as well, from sending the borrower that you had sent to me that was working with another institution and wasn't doing a very good job, that when we actually pulled their credit, we didn't really see any changes. And I think that was like a week and a half or so later. However, if we're going outside that 30-day period, it definitely could have some, good effects on that. But then again, it depends on, what kind of credit you're currently holding and what you have. But it shouldn't be it shouldn't be detrimental to where it drops you, 20 plus points or anything. The worst I've ever really seen is something in less than 5 or less than 9-point range or 10-point range. So those are the times that I really hear that the most. And the other times I hear that is, I talked to this other lending institution and, do you really need to pull my credit? And, can I just send you the one that I have? And the answer is going to be for all us loan officers out there is yes. We have to have our own credit report in our name. I mean, we could do some things and look at it and give you some round figures, but then again, we don't have all your current liabilities. So for us to do a loan with anyone, we're going to have to pull your credit eventually.
Yeah, that's very excellent to know. And so, with that kind of being said, everybody, to clarify a couple of the main points that Michael was saying there, is that very simply, when you have the questions about what happens to your credit score, all you have to do is reach out to us any time that you have those kind of questions, or just very simply, I heard this from somebody else. What are your thoughts on that, right? Because very simply, they may be in a different situation than you. Everything when it comes to this industry is very situational. So in order to get the things that are what's going to be best for you in particular, or in your situation, all you have to do is reach out and talk to us. So, kind of with that being said, Michael, what are kind of the final notes that you have for everybody when it comes to the credit, or, some of the top things that people just worry about in general on their credit when they're applying for a home?
Your credit is a big deal of, what kind of interest rate you get, along with how much money you're putting down, right? I mean, if you don't have, certain credit scores, a great example right now is what's going on via COVID is because of forbearance and certain things that we've talked about in the past on the show, Stephen, is that a lot of lending institutions have raised what they're willing to take from a borrower as their minimum credit score. And a lot of things that we're seeing out there are 640 and above currently. And that was down, you got to imagine that's where I'm at right now is at 640. And, 8 months ago, when we were basically in January, we were looking at things where I was able to go down to a 580 credit score. But of course, like I said, interest rate is what drives everybody. And the higher your credit score, usually, and the more money you're putting down, the better your interest rate.
Yeah. So, with that being said, everybody, that's a really key point Michael's made right there, is that with the whole COVID environment we are having some challenges that we are going to be overcoming as new information becomes available. Remember, the position that we are in right now when it comes from the COVID environment is not going to last forever, all right? So if you are not, as Michael mentioned, in that 6-4, you're a little bit outside that zone. There's no need to panic or worry or just toss your hands up with a white flag saying, this has never happened for me. What do I do now? All you have to do is just know that we are both here for you, and that when the conversation has to come up and you want to talk to us, we're always available. And, that's what we do, is we want to educate everybody here first and foremost, help you in any kind of situation that you're in.
That's right, Stephen. I mean, there's definitely some programs out there that I still have available that allows me to get down below the 640 score. It's just that they're limited during this COVID process right now. And the other thing is that, by knowing what your credit is, there's things that we can look at. And I have a credit repair team that actually can help borrowers increase their scores. Is that an overnight fix? Not usually, but if it's something that we're looking for and a small spread of points, we usually can create that and make that happen for them faster than you think.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, everybody kind of like, with that being said, we're going to be wrapping up right now. So, thank you very much for tuning in again to us. And always remember that when you're thinking about doing something within the real estate industry or in the lending industry down there, and you have the questions about what happens when I buy, sell, or invest in some real estate, or just, you quite frankly do not know where to start, we are always going to be here for you to answer those questions. So, that being said, thank you very much for watching us, and we will see you all next time.
Yeah, make sure you like and share our video and give us some more questions. We look forward to hearing from your questions, so it gives us things to talk about that we can share with you. Till next time, everybody.
All right.